Alright, what is up everybody? This is Zacharias. We're back again with more of Geneforge 2 Infestation. Let's go ahead and continue here. We're still in the crags, but I needed to call it for that previous part, so I'll talk to this guy now. The lone farmer shakes your hand. When you get close, you see that he is quite young. He bears the marks of many small battles, scars, burns, torn clothes, and so on. It has taken great courage to maintain this farm. Welcome, Shaper. He says, I am Bran. I don't recognize you. You're a new arrival, yes? It is good to see that the council is finally sending help. Will there be more troops coming with you? I'm afraid that there are no reinforcements. I'm only here to investigate. Bran is disappointed, but he is not foolish enough to be insolent to a Shaper. I hope you tell the council that we commons need their help. Lots of it. How do you manage to run a farm out here? Badly. Me and my survivals, we do our best, but the rogues are cunning. Seems to be getting better lately. Less new hunters to replace the ones we kill. A good thing, but who knows how long it will last. How are the rogues cunning? They travel in packs, and they work together. Attack one, and the others follow. Worse, some of them pretend to be scared. They run off, trying to trick you into following them. Then they lead you into a crowd of their buddies. How many survivals do you have here? 2, and it is difficult to keep them in line. They hate it out here. They're scared all the time, always wanting to run off. Almost inutile. It takes a very firm hand to keep them in line. Inutile. A creation that isn't rogue but isn't skilled at anything is inutile. Not something a poor land like ours can afford. I sympathize. These simple creatures need strong guidance. Otherwise they can go rogue. You know best, Shaper. I try to be merciful to them whenever they keep themselves under control. Still, you know how sometimes strong measures are necessary. While I'm here, anything I can do to help out? Oh, Shaper, I wouldn't want to do anything to bother... Wait, there is something. Not long ago, one of my survivals ran off. He points southwest. His name is Crink. I chased it for a while, but it disappeared into a cave. I didn't like the looks of it, so I didn't follow. Why did it flee? Rogue fireor came into camp. It was a small one, not hard to kill. Still, rogues terrify survivals. Was too much for Crink. It broke and ran. What is in that cave? I don't know. It used to be empty. We used it for storage and to hide from storms. After the rogues came, we stopped going in there. What should I do when I find Crink? Send it home. I'll look after him. If he's not rogue, if he's lost his mind, lost all control. Bran shakes his head. I'm sure you will know what to do. To his credit, Bran seems genuinely concerned. Bran chats with you while weeding his meager crops. He is constantly alert for the arrival of more rogues. His old blade is always close to hand. What can you tell me of this area? Not much I can say you haven't seen already. It's an ugly and infested land. Farther north and higher up, it gets far worse. I wouldn't want to face the rogues in the peaks. It's not so bad to the northeast, though. That area is a lot safer. It's more dangerous to the north. Aye, the rogues up there are bigger and meaner, and the land is drier and more useless. What should I do if I want to travel through there? I don't know why you'd want to. If you did, I talked to Cyfar. You can find him at the west entrance to the Dry Peak Mines. He's an even better fighter than I am, and he's seen a lot more of the land up there than I have. I am in need of supplies. Can you trade with me? I am sorry, Shaper. With my third survival gone, I cannot spare a single item. It is very hard to control survivals in this area. They are scared of the rogues all the time. Perhaps if one of my survivals was brought back to me, I could help you. I want to sell something. At least give me that. Alright. Good day to you. Bran gives a polite farewell and returns to fixing up his farm. Oh yeah, I went ahead and sold the venom thing. The survival stops and stares at the ground obediently when you approach. You talk to it for a little bit, but you don't learn anything. It is a very simple creature. This cavern is suddenly beautiful. You stare in awe at the massive crystal formations. They're huge and lovely, sparkling in the dim light. The stones glow with their own natural light, illuminating the gallery with a soft bluish hue. Crystals like these can be very valuable, both for aesthetics and shaping experiments. You can understand now why so much effort went into settling Dry Peak. As you stare, you notice flickers of movement among the stones. At first, you think it's your imagination. Then you see a vague, translucent form ducked behind a crystal spire, a shade. Shades are insubstantial magical creatures. They have human form but are not usually ghosts. They can form naturally and spontaneously in areas with high natural magic. Some shapers can work them out of essence. They are always unpredictable and can be dangerous. You inspect the spire and find that one very nice crystal protruding from it. It is not flawless. It would be incredibly rare and valuable if it were. It would, however, be worth some money if brought back to town. It would be very easy to break it off and pocket it. As you examine the spire, however, you notice that the shades are starting to get agitated. They move around more quickly and vibrate anxiously. You back away. They don't like it when you get close to the spires. The crystal is still there tempting you. You could easily take it. Use the crystal spires to break crystals off of them. Okay, well, at least all the ghosts don't get, like, hostile immediately. There is a survival cowering back here. He sits on the ground with his back to the wall, terrified to the point of incoherence. This creature probably escaped, is close to going rogue, or a bit of both. The presence of the shades doesn't bother it. It leaves the shades alone. They leave it alone. It seems to be working out. When you get close, he wraps his arms tight around his raised legs. He whispers, "Don't hurt Crink. Crink's not bad. Where are you from, Servile? You're Brand's creation, aren't you?" The Servile starts when you mention Brand's name. No, no, I not Brand's. I flee. He scares. He beats. He makes me stay where monsters are. No, make me go there. Please, I flee. Let me flee. Please. No, you are Brand's creation. You must return. You use your trained shaper command of creations to control the creature and make him return to its master. You are successful. The creature bows his head sadly and walks off. He's returning home. You notice that he is moving very slowly. Foolish creature. It's as if he hopes he will be caught by a rogue before he gets home. Let's go ahead and finish that quest then. Rags. I see Krink made it back safely. Yes, Shaper, you were very kind. If you would like, I have some supplies I can sell to you very cheaply. I would like to give them to you, but I am very poor. It is painful even to sell them. What can you trade with me? Now that we got that quest complete, let's go back to the Crystal Cavern. All valuable. Well, rip to my abandoned thought there. I don't think it was going to last long anyway. Do they level up if you keep them alive long enough? Just wondering. Yeah, this shades will be no problem, honestly. I mean, I probably could have just walked through here without taking the crystals, but they're going to be a non-issue. I'd rather get the XP. And I get some free money out of it, so. Ooh, I'm not strong enough to take on these, though. I'll go ahead and ignore these for now. Level 7, 118. I'm only level 5. Forget that. Sapphire Shades are even worse. Wow. Topaz. Ooh, Carnelian Gloves. Ooh, boost to battle magic and mental magic. I'll definitely take that. That means I have access to air shock now. The creation before you is very old and of rare design. It is a drake, one of the strongest, most cunning of creations. Too powerful and too cunning. It has been illegal to create more of them for many years. Most drakes were destroyed when their design was barred. A few were allowed to live. A few others escaped. This must be one of those. It is old and withered, and it isn't quite right in the head, though that might just be its nature. It is playing with its large collection of gemstones, turning them over and over in its long claws. When you enter, it barely seems to acknowledge you. Ah, another shaper. I am Wix. Look at the crystals. Lovely, lovely stone. So lovely. How long have you been here, creation? Wix regretfully sets down a sparkling stone and looks up at you. A long time. When they came to kill me, I was gone. I hid here, and hid, and hid, and hid. And I don't go out. My crystals are all I need. Pretty, pretty crystals. His speech is deep and slow, with none of the sibilance reptilian creations tend to have. It picks up another crystal and stares deep into it. You wonder what it sees. What do you eat? Eat? I guess I do go out. I do, sometimes. I go out and grab the first meat I find. Then I rush back to my lovely crystals. I love them. Do you know an agent named Shanty? I don't care about your kind anymore. When you went out, did you ever meet anyone named Barzal? Names don't mean anything to me. No, it has been long since I ate a human. I know no Barzal. Wix is starting to get agitated. You change the subject. The Drake Wix plays with his crystals. It doesn't bother to look up at you. You get a chance to look at its body. Its scales are grainy and cracked. Its teeth are yellow. Yet despite its advanced age and the lack of shaper control, it is still powerful and independent. Fascinating. Tell me more about your stones. In my lone hiding, crystals and gems comfort me. They are beautiful. They sing. They make the shades. They smooth me out when I am full of killing wrath. This may not be mere madness. The crystals here are clearly quite powerful. And when it is worse, there is my perfect crystal. The only one which is flawless. When all is worst, I bring it forth and look into it. I see the better world. Killing wrath? Sometimes I remember. I was a good creation. I did what I was told. Then the Shapers told me I couldn't exist anymore. I fled. And sometimes I remember how I felt. Then the song of the crystals calms me. Creation, I command you. Give me that crystal. Do this and I will let you live in peace here. Suddenly, you have Wix's full attention. It is not pleasant. It rises up to its full height and inhales. You smell sulfur. You can see that despite its age, it is still a solid brick of ice, spew, and muscle. Shaper, it is time for you to go. Go. You dare speak like that to me? I will destroy you. That is enough to exhaust the Drake's patience. It sets down its crystal and attacks you. I only did that so I could check out the stats. Although I probably could do it right now. Yeah, level 12. Yeah. Go ahead and, Alright, I'd like to know about something else. Wix ignores you, leaves the creature alone. You back away, it doesn't even notice your exit. Okay, so... I do remember there is a way we can pass that, but our leadership needs to be higher. So it is something we're going to have to come back to. That is way too strong for me at this point. Too strong for me to kill, and also my leadership is not high enough to force him to give me the crystal. I explored the crystal cavern. There is a drake back there. Interesting. Thank you, Shaper. I will pass this information to Zachariah's guards. In return, since you are an apprentice, I will teach you some of what I have learned about fighting in my decades here. I think it will be useful. A book in energy manipulation for greater efficiency in combat was left for us by the Shapers. It is hidden in the storeroom downstairs. Do you plan to seek out Wix yourself? Shaper Zachariah's orders were clear. I am to stay in here. Rogues are Shaper business. Happily, based on what you told me, I might be able to get Zachariah's warriors to act. Drakes can be extremely dangerous, and we need to learn why one has settled near us. You should destroy it. Drakes are forbidden by the Shapers. You are harsh, but that is the law. I remember what you said. I will require supplies. What can you spare? Supplies are very tight in this town, but you are able to convince Takina to spare a pod for your efforts. When you use it, it will refresh essence you have used to cast spells. With a bit more effort, you are also able to convince him to give you some thorns. Your leadership skills are coming in handy. This chamber contains an old, heavily used spellbook. Shapers don't write a lot of spellbooks. They gave permission for several of them to be placed in Dry Peak. Then the unfortunates assigned here can learn the skills they need to operate the settlement. Using your mental training, you read the book very quickly, absorbing the instructions within. You learn a new form of weapon shaping, guarded lunge. When you use this ability and attack with a sword, baton, or javelin, the attack will do more damage, shield you, and make the target vulnerable. Let's go up here. Okay, we did another control key. This is the western entry hall to Dry Peak Mines. They get sunlight and fresh air from the west, which made it a suitable location for a small smelter. Hard work and survivors process the raw ore and convert it into iron bars. Difficult work with a high rate of entry. The smelter is currently inactive. The fires are out, and dust and cobwebs cover everything. This is probably why the first workshop Dry Peak abandoned when the rogue attacks began. Biora Skin Shield. Okay, that's definitely better than the one I have, so I'll put that on. Okay, so my main strategy here is to, just activate activate the pylons and lure whatever creations are attacking to them. It is shockingly effective, actually. Giving me a decent amount of XP too, so I can't complain. So yeah, make sure you activate that control panel. The box contains chisels, scales, and instruments for weighing and evaluating crystals. Some are merely decorative, others have potential uses for magical construction. It's interesting stuff, but not useful to you. Under a pile of weights, you find a small iron key. You take it. Survivors injured by their work in the smelters were brought here for treatment. Shapers with access to a good supply of essence could heal their wounds. Well, most of them. Fortunately, the healing and essence pools are still alive, despite not having been fed for a few months. You have a bad feeling as you stare down the corridor ahead. Your keen shaper senses note that the grumbles and hisses are different, deeper. They sound like they're coming from larger and more advanced creations. You are glad that your teacher spent so much time developing your senses and the ability to detect differences between different creations. The rogues ahead you strongly suspect are much tougher than the ones in the southeast. Yeah, but considering how adventurous I am, I'm more than willing to lure them back over here just to get destroyed by this. Perfect. Dang, they are on me like crazy. Just let the pylons do their work. Ancient Artilla. Ooh, that was nice. Okay, let's put this on then. Lower hit chance, but I'll take a chance. That was fire right there. The pylon was taking more damage there, but hey, at least we managed to survive it. Bat boots. I think I like the energy resistance more. A Reaper Charm works while in pack. 5% to creation melee damage. I don't make creation, so I'll sell that. Sell it. Ah. So yeah, if you want free XP with little hassle, just do what I did pretty much here. You freeze. To the south, you see a Glock. This is a particularly dangerous sort of creation. Hard to make, hard to control. Luckily, it doesn't respond to your presence. It stands in the middle of the mine gallery, swaying mindlessly from side to side. Very strange behavior. These creatures tend to have a cunning, if alien, intelligence. It hasn't noticed you yet, but that may change fast if you get close. Stealth could be useful. There's actually somebody back here. This forgotten workshop has been occupied by a servile hermit. He is an eccentric creature. He has spent a lot of time gathering interesting rocks and piling them about this room. He gathers around the room in circles, polishing and admiring the stones and ignoring you. This is not rogue or inutile behavior. This creature is clearly touched. Eventually, he manages to notice you. A visitor. Don't touch my rocks. I am Benjamin. Leave my rocks alone. Would you like a riddle? I'd like to know more about this mine. You're not worthy, not until you hear a riddle. There's a Glock outside. Don't worry, it likes rock too, just don't get too close. It's very protective. Sure, tell me a riddle. He turns towards you, a fanatical gleam in his eyes. Yes, something is definitely interfering with this creation's behavior. Listen, then. I wait all at the end. I start as nothing, then am full of nothing. Then am full. What am I? Beware, Glocks don't like people who are bad at riddles. I start as nothing, then am full of nothing, then am full. I have no idea. Then you don't deserve my rocks. Go away. Grave? Benjamin laughs. Yes, you are worthy. Worthy. We can trade pretty rocks. I like metal rocks too. There's a Glock outside. What are you doing here? I don't know. I don't remember a lot. I came here and I wandered around. I knew it was a perfect place. Tell me about this mine. It's very old. Survivals used to work it. Then they stopped coming in. Rogues came instead, but they leave me alone. I'm glad the survivals are gone. They wanted my rocks. Why did you come here? I don't know. I knew it was the right place. I felt it, so I came. Never left. When rogues bother me, my Glock eats them. Benjamin wanders through the workshop, fondly touching his rocks. Rocks and riddles, rocks and riddles. I really like rocks. Me too, let's trade. Benjamin has a lot of rocks. Most of them are useless to the working adventurer, but some are intriguing. I don't need anything. Hooray, more rocks for me. Benjamin wanders off to enjoy his rocks. Okay, well that was interesting. Thing was, I was going to say a grave to that riddle anyway, but I wanted to see what happens if I got it wrong, and nothing significant happens, thankfully. That's the first time I actually explored all the Western Mine, to be honest. I never really did it before. Dry Peak Mines East. Several tired and scared survivals are at work in the small farm. Being around rogues is very upsetting to survivals. None are in sight. But these workers can sense the invaders. It must take a lot of work to keep them under control. You try to talk to the survivals, but you don't learn much. Farm survivals are generally simple creatures. They say that their master, Sci-Far, is inside the farmhouse. This farmhouse is a surprisingly comfortable underground burrow. It was excavated from the rock of the cliff face, no doubt using survival labor. This is a textbook of magic marked from the library of Dry Peak Warrens. Sci-Far seems to be teaching himself some magic. Since he is not studying Shaper arts, this is probably legal. You flip through the book hoping to find something interesting. You quickly digest the contents of the book. You have gained more proficiency with the spell Hero. Okay, cool. You meet the owner of the small, struggling farm. Not surprisingly, he spends all of his time armed. He must be a very determined person to stay out here, considering what has been happening. He is dirty and exhausted, unfit to receive visitors. Your unannounced visit shocks him into alertness. A shaper? Out here? That's a pleasant surprise. I'm glad to see you. I am Sci-Far. Welcome to my home. Tell me about your farm. Ah, this is my land, grant from Shaper Zachariah himself. I'm not going to give it up just because of some rogues. What do you do to earn the grant? I said I'd take it. I'd work it and I'd keep it. The Shapers need commons like me to make these lands fertile. I gave my word I improved this little plot, and I'm staying true to it. Any trouble with rogues? Yes, but not serious trouble. They're not so tough, and I'm pretty good with the sword. I'm not going to pretend it's been easy, but I'm surviving. As long as I stay away from the mines, I'm mostly left alone. I came here with an agent. Name is Shanty. Have you seen her? In fact, yes. I thought I saw an agent to the south. She waved high, but she didn't approach. She was tracking something. Where did she go? West, into the wasteland. Sci-Far absentmindedly combs his fingers through his tangled hair. He looks around in vain for suitable refreshments to offer you. What else do you need from me, Shaper? How are you doing running this farm? Our crops are as good as anyone's around here. So, bad. The rogues have learned to leave me alone or they get punished. My main problem is keeping the survivals under control. And perhaps you've been preparing yourself with private magical studies? I have, yes, with permission from Shaper Zachariah. Loaning me a book of magic is the only support he's given me since the rogue attacks began. Out here on the frontier, I need all the help I can get. That book is being returned soon, though. Can't get a word of sense out of it. Pity. What is happening with the survivals? They're terrified. Rogues scare them, really scare them, even though I'm here to protect them. I have tools to keep them in line, though. Sometimes I have to be a little harsh, but it is necessary. You should do what you have to do. Survivals needs a strong hand to control them. Thank you. The kind words of a Shaper are always comforting. How are you doing running this farm? Oh. Can you tell me more about this area? South of here, there's a forest. I haven't been in there much. There's a lot of nasty creations in there, but not rogues. Those paths are peaceful, but they make me nervous. Too still, I think. East of here is a mines. It's a mess in there. Be careful. West of here is wasteland. There's lots of rogues out there and they're all nasty. I could handle them, but it's always a tough fight. Too tough. What is beyond that wasteland? I don't know. No idea. We commons are warned to stay away from there. I'm one of the few who has even visited. Have you been there? I'm not supposed to. Shaper Zachariah himself warned me to stay away when I was given this land. But I'm a natural wanderer. So, yes, not for long, though. It's a miserable place. Could you help me get past the wasteland? That's tough. I like to, Shaper. I'd like to do anything that would help you help us. My farm needs looking after, though. I should stay here. And how well will your farm do when the rogues get worse? This may be your last chance to help eliminate them. He is not pleased to hear it, but your logic convinces him. This will be costly, Shaper. Yet if I could have helped eliminate the plague and didn't, I would not deserve to be forgiven. Go west. When you get there, I will meet you in the wasteland. Cyfar walks up to greet you. He was true to his word and came out here to meet you. He gives the marsh a quick look to make sure no rogues are sneaking up on you. Glad you finally made it. Maybe we can push these rogues back a bit. It's good to be backed up by a Shaper for once. I'll let you pick the approach. What can we expect? Claw bugs mainly, roamers too. No idea where they came from, but they're here. The worst of them are up to the northwest. I think there's a large group. I'd be careful though, if we go forward too fast, we'll get swarmed. If you were leading, how would you approach? Cyfar is surprised that a Shaper wants his advice. He's eager to give it. I would stick to the edges of the valley. He points north. I would go up along the north wall. I've been scouting and there's fewer rogues up that way. Not none, but less. Also, in a fight, any spells you can cast or bless or heal me would help. That would be great. Dry Peak hasn't made the slightest effort to settle this marshy valley. It's cold and the damp earth is shot through with salt deposits. The misbegotten Shaper-made trees have been able to spread out here, but nothing else has. The region isn't lifeless, though. Passing people and creations have left a narrow, broken trail through the marsh. Look at some of the tracks. You suspect roamers and claw bugs. That is unusual and worrying. Those are more dangerous rogues than what you've encountered before. Who placed them here? Cyfar wipes some sweat off his brow and smiles wearily. We're off to a good start, but it hasn't been enough yet. I won't be satisfied until I find some sort of head rogue or leader. Maybe there isn't one, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't. What are you doing? Get your butt up here. What are you doing? You see a guard post ahead. There are several survivals around a campfire. All around them you see piles of supplies and equipment. You wonder who would bother to send Dry Peak's limited supplies into this waste. When you get closer you realize that something is wrong. There are no humans here. One of the survivals is holding a sword. It's very strange, another worrying situation in these mountains. It's a large forest, survivals shouldn't be armed and they aren't scared by the rogues around them. At this point, something strange things happen. Events so bizarre that your mind struggles to comprehend them. A survivor walks towards you, holding a sword. Survivals are never allowed to arm themselves. She looks up at you, but she is not obedient. She actually looks cunning and intelligent. And worst of all, hostile. She raises her blade, points it at you, and says, I am Becca of Rising. I blocked this tunnel. You can't pass. Today, Shaper, you die. Sometimes survivals go rogue. Others are declared inutile and run away. But this is rebellion, declared in a calm and coherent way. It is like nothing you have experienced. Your name is Becca? What is Rising? I am not here to talk. I fight. Defend yourself, Shaper. I do not fear your kind. Probably a foolish attitude. You note that she has 2 other armed survivals here, ready to join in this futile defiance. Did Rising send you here? Yes, we survivals are proving our worth to them. They say this is how we show value. Are you an inutile? Inutile is a Shaper word. We reject all the ways you control us. Raise your weapon. Rogue, I am a Shaper. I command you to stop. Use your most commanding voice on Becca, trying to tap into the natural obedience to your kind program and to all survivals. Becca flinches but continues to approach. She has gone far beyond rogue. It's as if she is a truly independent creature. No, Shaper, you can only kill me. We have all resigned ourselves to death at the hands of your kind. I am beyond fear. I am free. I make an offer. I'll let you retreat and face me later. If you don't, all that you protect will suffer before they die. As you speak, you call upon your Shaper powers of command, making yourself as imposing as possible. Your words strike Becca like blows. She steps back. Her sword hangs limp in her hand. One of the other survivals rests a hand on her trembling arm. Shaper, you live here or you die. It does not matter. The freedom of the Rising, be it in good or bad, is all that matters. I will go warn and prepare. Then we will fight again. She turns to leave. The other survivals go with her. When she leaves, the will seems to drain out of the creations around her. They wander around aimlessly, no longer seeming to notice you. Very strange. You now have a safe route through Saltmarsh. There is a tunnel into the mountains in the far northwest corner. Alas, more investigation into what is happening here may be necessary. Evidence increasingly indicates that there is an infestation of rogues somewhere in these peaks. It may be necessary to team up with Shanty again and pull what you have learned. Typhar looks around at the newly reclaimed swamp. He lets out a long, relieved sigh. I've done all I can here. A good day's work. It's time for me to return to my farm, but I can help clear up stragglers a bit more. What level were they, anyway? Oh, level 6, so we could have taken them on, but I don't think it would have been worth it. Okay. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm going to make sure the game is saved right here, and I'll see you all in the next part. But in the next part, we will explore the rest of Saltmarsh and head back to Shanty and Dry Peak. So I'll see you all until then.